Hey guys, guess what? It's a new year. And guess what that means? Nothing. It means nothing. It means that it's a new year and that 365 days have passed. And now we've flipped the calendar year and we added a 1. And now there's going to be another 365 days. That's what it means. And if you are somebody who thinks, yep, here I go, I'm going to get a gym membership, I'm going to go on a crazy restrictive diet, because I've got a wedding in 4 months and I'm going to just, no, it's not. I mean, maybe, but probably not. Because if we keep that mentality, we will not keep growing. We will continue to go really gung hard and we'll go all in, but really then our mindset is also all or nothing. If we don't do it 100%, if we make a mistake, we're out, we're back to all our old habits, we're staying up late, we're drinking more again, we're going to the fast food drive-thrus and eating as we drive. And did you know that when you eat and do anything else, you're actually slowing your digestion? It's actually a proven fact. Go to like Europe. I've only been to Europe once, but they don't do that there. Like they have a McDonald's, they have fast food. It's not the same, first of all. It's like down a cobblestone street and all of a sudden you see, oh, that's McDonald's. And they don't have nearly as much of the stuff we have here and whatever. But the point is, they don't do the drive-thrus there. They shut down over lunch hours for like 2 hours and people just sit and mingle and eat and nourish their bodies. And so mindset is truly your number one thing you need to be thinking of here. That whole phrase of like, it doesn't matter what you eat between Christmas and New Year's, it matters what you do and eat between New Year's and Christmas Eve. It's kind of true. But you have to also give yourself room to fail and make mistakes, because without those, you don't grow. On the flip side, if you're someone that's like, whoa, I mean, I've been doing it all. I've been putting 95% effort in. I don't know. Nothing's changing. That actually means you're like maybe 50% of the way there. Because to be at like the top 1% in life, wherever it is, health, finances, whatever your goal is, to be at the top 1%, it's a small group of people. But once you're there, it's just the company, like you've already surpassed 99% of the rest of the world. So if you think that nothing else is going to work, if you think I've spent money on this doctor, I've done this diet, I went to this group, I paid this money, I've joined this gym, I've done this exercise, I put on this patch, I've cut out this food group, you're not even close. You're not even close to where you need to be to hit your goals. And when I say that, I'm preaching to myself too. I'm not some guru, obviously, sitting here in my bedroom, but I am someone who has had a lot of experience, a lot of struggles, a lot of things I've had to push through. I've been a coach. I've had a lot of coaching. I still get coached. My goodness, I always joke around and say I could probably have 4 degrees by now because I love to learn. I did not like school. I hate tests, but I love to learn. I cannot learn enough. I love to learn. And so I believe that is just a gift that God's given me, that I want to learn. But I also feel that then on top of that calling, that he's also said, hey, Sarah, don't just sit on that information, because that's not helping anybody. That's not changing anything. If you want to see, that whole phrase, be the change you want to see. Well, it's nothing mind-blowing, but it really is solid advice, because I can get angry about things. I could run for an office. I could do all these different things. But really what it comes down to is educating, building relationships, building trust, walking the walk, admitting my failures when I make them, admitting that I am not perfect and that I have a lot of growth to do myself too. Because even if I feel I was 90% there, I'm only maybe halfway. So if you've seen all the ads, if you've seen all the newest crazes and you're just done with it, you're just over it, you're sick of it, Well, not doing anything isn't just not moving you, it's actually harming you. And I've said it once and I'll say it a million more times. We are the fattest, sickest, high income nation in the world. So it's frustrating when people don't want to listen, but that's not our job. So basically what I want to share with you is that after 5 years of working with a functional doctor and having hormones all over the place, right? In 2019 to 2020, I started doing an intermittent fasting, macro counting, what do you call it? Cycling, carb cycling, carb cycling. And had great results. Lost a bunch of inches, lost a bunch of fat, gained a lot of lean muscle. And then, you know, like life is, and like being a human being that isn't perfect, I let other things get in the way of things that were important and gained some of that weight back. And still working with my functional doctor, still feeling good because of all the past Lyme and mold issues, but not as good. And so I was put on a bioidentical progesterone cream, and getting that evened out was that takes a little bit, but it's completely different than going on like just a regular, you know, prescription type progesterone. Bioidentical is completely different, just so you know. And so I saw some results, but I had a test done to check up on things because I'm going to be 46 now in March. And my functional doctor's like, hey, I think let's recheck your hormones. We may need to adjust your bioidentical progesterone. I'm like, yeah, good idea. So we did that test, and basically it's a kit you get sent to you in the mail from your doctor. There's 5 vials in it. You actually have to spit in each vial and collect your saliva throughout the day, different times of the day. And you have to like make sure you didn't eat before, you know, this certain amount of time before you take it. Rinse your mouth out with water the night before you take the test. Don't use your progesterone cream, or, you know, there's different like things that they ask you to do. But anyway, did that, got my results back, and I go to check up in January. I'm also going to schedule a thermogram. I don't know if you know anything about thermograms, but I'm going to be doing that. My hormones are the best they've been since I started testing, and I'm getting older. Now, I've put on a little bit of weight since I was thinner. I'm still working out, but I'm not carb cycling. I am macro trekking. Let's just say I have not been 100% there, right? With all that said, they are the best they've ever been. What is the only thing I've changed since that time? Adding the daily health system and other products through Turnout. Now, I use other products through Turnout because I choose to, because there's things I'm working on, and I choose to put my money into that. We don't go out to eat very often. We never have as a family. Multiple reasons. I am not a big frequenter of coffee shops, although I will go to them occasionally. My husband would like me to go to 0 of them, but that's just how he is. But, and now with Mojo, I don't even crave coffee. It just doesn't even, I don't know, it just doesn't even hit the same way. But we don't go on tons of elaborate vacations, things like that. We've chosen to invest more in our family's health, knowing full well that we are still not in control. Like, we can put in the efforts, we can put in the steps, but God is still in control of all things. So just keeping that, you know, in everyone's perspective here. But I do believe that, you know, when we go to him, we pray to him, and we trust in him, and we put forth our effort, no matter what happens, he will bless us. Okay. And I mean that knowing full well that those blessings don't always mean it's going to be exactly how we want it, but we have to trust that he has our best at heart, and he does. So anyway, that is what I got. I got the best hormone results ever, and I'm thrilled. So, you know, I'm getting in all these results from other people. Oh my goodness, look at my triglycerides, look at my cholesterol, look at my blood sugar, look how much my blood pressure's gone down, look at but I haven't had any of those tests done specifically, other than blood sugar, which I've done on my own, which has come down at a really great, I wasn't pre-diabetic, but I was starting to get up closer to that. I didn't like that. And so that is in a great range again. But seeing these results on paper just prove again that this works. This works. And even if you haven't tried it yet, go to the Ripple Effect, go to the group of 156,000 people and look in the search bar for anything. Find these incredible results. And you have to remember that this company doesn't claim, nor do we tell you that you're going to have this result in this amount of time. You know, you may be here for weight loss, you may be here for fatigue, you may be here for your lab results, you may be here for skin issues. I don't know, but you want to improve your health. And you might think, well, that's great. 30 days in, I didn't drop 2 sizes. I don't feel like I'm on absolute cloud 9. I still have problems. Guess it doesn't work. I mean, that is the mindset and the mentality that we have to keep working on shifting in this world. I think someone just picked up my son. Okay, goodbye. And that's frustrating, you know, even when you know, I did a video, there's a statistic out there that since 2000 gym memberships have gone up double. The purchase of gym memberships have doubled since the year 2000, but we are now in an obesity epidemic, an overweight to obesity epidemic of almost 80%. So that's not working. Diet, as in nutrition, is going to be like 80 to 90% of that. But what some people are doing for nutrition is so off the wall because they see it's the newest craze. Now, I'm not saying a craze. I don't even want to call it a craze. There are diets out there like keto and carnivore and paleo and whatnot that can really be helpful for certain people for certain amounts of times. I will 100% back that, but it's not going to be for everyone. There's so many variables that go into things, and you have to give it time. Part of growth is just sticking with something when it sucks, when you're not seeing results, when it hurts, when it's uncomfortable. That's when the biggest growth is happening. And then I'll tell you, all of a sudden people 3 months later, oh my goodness, I've lost 4 inches in my waist. Or, you know, because they stopped, first of all, obsessing about the size and the weight and the inches. And they started to truly trust that this is a scientific process, that if you do the steps, it will work. But it's gonna be a different time frame for every single person because you are not a cookie cut out from the same batch of dough from the same cookie cutter. You are unique. You have a very unique biochemistry. You have different things going on in your body. And it's going to take time. It's going to take tweaks. Being a certified life and health coach, being a certified personal trainer, being someone who has lived this life, walked this walk, talked this talk, been through these issues, I am not here to sell a product. I am here to show you a system and then be there for you to coach you through it. So if doing it on your own isn't working, if this gym and this exercise program isn't working, if cutting out carbs completely isn't working, there's hope and there's options, but you're gonna have to, honestly, I don't like that trust the process, but truly you're gonna have to trust the process. So if it's even remotely something that is nagging, you know, picking at your shoulder that you think you wanna try, but there's things holding you back, like, I can't invest in this. My daughter has, you know, this club program coming up. I gotta pay for that, or, you know, I have a car payment, or, I mean, there's medical bills. I mean, it's not just, but there are ways to afford it. And having a conversation is where that starts. Let's see, where are you spending all your money? What bills do you have coming up? You know, how many pairs of shoes do you have that maybe you don't need that you could sell in Marketplace? I mean, there are so many ways. And I become such a frugal franny in my life that I have found so many different ways to make money happen. So if you want something, then you need to you need to find a way to make it happen, not just say, I can't do it. And maybe your brain is not coming to ways to do that. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm also not just a wellness health coach, personal trainer, but a life coach. There's a process that goes into this. My goodness, I have thousands and thousands and thousands of pages and books and studies that have gotten me to where I've gotten to the point where I feel comfortable giving people this direction. So reaching out and having a conversation is not commitment. Reaching out and having a conversation and being curious about something is not signing up and handing me your credit card. It's just having a conversation and chatting. So share this with anybody that you think would benefit from this direction. I would appreciate that, but if we want to make any kind of a difference in our own health, our family's health, and the health of this world, we have to take some action. So, all right, have a great day and a great beginning to your January of 2025.